Right. Quite a number of issues to unpack, Mr. Bwala. But let me take you back to about this time, around 11 years ago, when President Goodluck Jonathan was in power. About this time. And then, well, Asiwaju Bwala Tinubu, the leader of the APC, put up that now famous tweet. And in that tweet, which we'll put up for Nigerians now, it said, why should any part of this country be under occupation in any civilized country? Mm-hmm. And he ended by saying, Jonathan should resign.
Right.
There are people who are calling for the president to resign right now. Is that a fair call?
That's a right of expression. They express themselves. But of course, you know, constitutionally, if you want someone to resign, there's a procedure. As it stands today, nobody in the chain of command of democratic process in Nigeria is calling for the president to resign other than people who are saying it. And I would love if, for example, the journalists can substantiate. I mean, there is Geoffrey calling for the president to resign, or there is Bwala calling for the president. Then it will help me to respond. It will assist me in responding adequately to it. Because if you say the person has opposition, I will say, next question. Because so, what else do you expect them to say? To be clear,
you're saying you've not heard anybody call for the president's resignation?
I have not heard.
Okay. A popular Nigerian artist, a Nigerian, right, bona fide Nigerian, just like you, files the bad guy. I'm sure you know him, a lawyer. Asked the president to resign. In fact, he quoted the president's tweet. And there are more Nigerians who've asked the president to resign. But here's my point, Mr. Bwala. The president said...
1 out of 230 million?
They're more than that, but that's not even the point.
Okay.
Here's my point. He said that how can territories be occupied in a civilized country? That was a premise under which now President asked President Goodluck Jonathan to resign. Now, during that period, around that time, I'll tell you the territories that were under occupation. You're from Borno State.
Yes.
So you're well aware that major part of Borno was under occupation.
And none is under occupation
Bama,
at the moment.
Chibok, and the rest. All we had was terrorism to deal with then.
Right.
But today, Mr. Bwala, I'll tell you the states that are under occupation. Not just areas in the state. Now, areas within different states. We have Zamfara State. Areas and territories in Zamfara State, the forests under occupation. Katsina, Kaduna, I'm coming, Kebbi, Sokoto, even in Benue, Plateau, Niger State, Kwara State, Mr.
All
Bwala,
these places
I am getting there.
Okay.
The FCT, even in Borno State, there have been attacks this year, and I'm sure you are aware of that. Yobe State, Taraba, these are more areas under occupation that we had in 2014. So yet again, I ask, is it fair to call for that resignation?
I think your question is like an oxymoron, because you cannot in one breath say a place is under occupation, and at the same time you're talking about places where they come and strike and go. If you talk about occupation, like in the case of the past you mentioned, they were actually in control of the local government. They were collecting tax. They were running the administration of the local government. That's occupation. When people come and attack and go, it cannot be classified as occupation under any description, right? But I'll proceed further to answer the question of whether the president should resign or not. You see, being confronted with a problem is not a problem. When you lack solution to solving a problem, then you have a problem. Because in life, there is no part of this planet where there are no security situations. I was telling my guys in BBC, I said the crime rate in the United States is more than the crime rate in Nigeria. And when I said that in Arise, my friend Charles Anagolo said, but the difference is that in Nigeria, it is the case of homicide or be dead, in the other one. I said, but criminal, crime are prosecuted in court. So whether it is death penalty or you go to prison and stay for 1 week, it is crime. Now, in England, they are calling for Keir Starmer to resign. People in a democratic society have a right to say what they say. But the next thing is, you back it up. If you believe when you are calling for the president to resign, it's a legit call, then begin the process. Otherwise, it will be laziness on the part of government to be concerned about individuals exercising right of expression.
So was it legit then to ask President Goodluck Jonathan to resign?
And I will tell you the distinction.
So was it legit then?
No, I will solve the problem of this question.
It's a yes or no question, Mr. Bwala.
I'm coming now. Cambia. In the days of Jonathan, they didn't have an idea of the solution. Why did I say that? They were in denial about the fact that there were Chibok girls kidnapped?
No, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu then asked him to resign in November.
Yes, so what I'm saying...
Months after the abduction. In fact, at that time, they had contracted, they had mercenaries who were clearing out those areas. And I'm sure you're from Borno State, so you're aware of this thing.
Yes.
So it's different.
But do you get what I'm saying?
So first,
I'm saying you're calling
was it legitimate for him to call, or was it fair for him to call for him to resign?
When the president then, as Asiwaju Bola Tinubu called for the resignation, it was a legit call. Why?
So is it legit? Is it legit now?
You see, there cannot be a good conversation without giving the right of answer. You know,
I thought when you answered, you said
no,
it was
I
legit.
have not. No,
you have actually. You said there was a legitimate call.
Okay, you want this kind of short answer? Okay, then it was a legit call. Now it is not legit.
It's not legit.